Teddy Long, how are you, my friend?
I was watching the graphics there. That's good. Buckle up.
Buckle up, my friends. This is always fun. We started this several weeks ago. Teddy and I kind of decided we wanted to really involve the fans into the show because that's really what we started out trying to do. We wanted to get with the fans and really talk back and forth with you guys. And this is our opportunity to do that. We've, like I say, we've done this now for several weeks, and I've enjoyed it so far, Teddy. And I'm looking forward to seeing if these numbers continue to grow.
Well, I think they just got to find out that we're there, and I think people now are getting it. They know it, that we're here live every week, and we're going to be doing this show, plus giving away free T-shirts. And so the thing that I really like about it is the Ask Teddy, because I'm going to hear some questions probably that I never thought I would hear. So, and to get the opportunity to pick one of those questions and really like it myself, and whoever sends that to get a free Road Trip After Hours T-shirt, I think that's great.
And it's really easy to do. To be a part of the show, simply leave your questions, and we'll answer those questions as we go through the show. And the one that Teddy likes the most gets a free, as he mentioned, Road Trip After Hours T-shirt. And as a matter of fact, I'll show you what that looks like, Teddy. That's one thing about being live. You don't have to be that straight up clean about everything.
Don't try to clean up your mess, okay? You made a mess. You made a mess.
But, good looking T-shirt, and it can be yours if we use your question, and we'll use everybody's question. But if he uses that question as his favorite, you win. That's simple.
I have to like it.
You have to like it. Look here, while we're waiting for everybody to get into the room, and I do want to mention that if you're watching us right now, please share this feed. Let everybody know that we are live right now. Participate in the conversation. And again, we're trying to grow these numbers, as Teddy mentioned earlier on. And one thing I noticed, Teddy, was last week, our live numbers, they've been slowly growing over the time that we've started. But the views afterwards on YouTube, Teddy, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're up around 6,000 for last week, which is really good for a show that we've really only been trying to push for 3 months?
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I mean, this is we're enjoying this. Please help us grow this, and that simply means share. Let everybody know we're here. Let's see how many people we can get into the room at one time.
And let me give a shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to my man. Michael Steele, he's always with us every week, man. Yes. So I just want to give a big shout out to him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in the room yet, but I'm sure he'll pop in here because he's been here on every show since we've started. You're absolutely correct. Before we get into some of the questions from the viewers here, let me ask you about, we're closing in on Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, Teddy, but we haven't seen John Cena, The Rock, Randy Orton, or Roman Reigns. And we already know what the main events basically are going to be for WrestleMania, which will be, champion Gunther versus Jey Uso. And we know that the champion Cody Rhodes will end up facing somebody from an Elimination Chamber. But those other names are nowhere in the mix.
Well, you want them too early.
Okay? Is it too early, though? Because we're not that far away.
That's how this works. Okay? Just hold on, okay? Just hold on. They're going to give you what you want, but if they give it to you right away, that means you're running the show. And that doesn't happen. They run the show.
I've said this, and I think I may have said this on another show that we've done, Teddy, but I don't feel that energy that we had last year going into WrestleMania. It feels flat to me. The main events are not that great to me.
I keep telling you, that's you.
Yeah, but I'm not the only one, because you see other people online commenting about the same thing, that this is just something was wrong with this year's WrestleMania.
Well, there's just something wrong with y'all. That's all I can tell you. Okay, because I see it. It's there to me. The hype is good. I was in where was Indianapolis, Indiana. I was there with the Royal Rumble. Forgot where I was. But, I was at a big signing there, man, and I mean, people were it was unbelievable, man, how excited everybody was for that Royal Rumble. So if they ain't that excited for the Rumble, it'll be 3 times that for WrestleMania. But I think we just got to take our time, wait it out. They don't want to rush everything because things could change. You never know what will happen there, but I'm excited about it. Like I said, you have the right to have your opinion, and the fans, they have the right to have their opinion, but I'm excited.
And I imagine that's the case with everybody who's watching. Some people like it, some people won't. But what are your thoughts on WrestleMania? Those of you who are watching or listening right now, what are your thoughts on WrestleMania this year? Do you feel it has the same energy and excitement that we had this time last year? Leave us a comment. Let us know. Let me ask you too. Now we've got those two main events, like I mentioned, Teddy. We have the Elimination Chamber to decide who's going to face Cody. We already know Jey Uso's against Gunther. But with names like Cena, Rock, Orton, and Roman, where do you see these guys showing up in WrestleMania? What would you like to see happen?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to answer that. You know what I mean? What I would like to see happen might not even happen. So I don't even want to kind of comment on it because, like I said, in the business now, the business has changed. You don't know which way they're going. You know what I mean? And I think that's good, so they can keep people from, like, oh, I know what they're gonna do now. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I just like to sit back and I just like to watch and see if I was right about something or if I was wrong about something or if I was halfway right or halfway wrong. So we just gotta wait and see what's going on now.
I know you tossed around an idea on our other show that we do with Sports Kita, and you had mentioned that you wouldn't have a problem with Rock and Cena. And when you said that, that was really, Teddy, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't see John Cena in WrestleMania in any big match. It just wasn't working for me. But when you mentioned that, I can see John Cena and The Rock facing each other as an attraction match. It doesn't take away from anybody else on that card or anybody in the company, and it makes everybody get a win-win. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Where would you go? Let's say we do get Cena and we do get The Rock.
I would go with The Rock.
Would you really?
And I would have Rock come out and cut one of the biggest promos to embarrass him of his life. And Rock can do that.
Yes, and he has, and he's got ammo to do that.
Right.
Because Teddy, I mean, let's face it, it wasn't that long ago that John Cena was busting The Rock's balls about being in Hollywood and saying he came back, to work in the WWE, but he really wasn't. He was just there for special occasions. Well, whatever you want to call him, John Cena, a hypocrite, very possibly, because he's doing the same exact thing.
He's doing the same exact thing.
You're damn right. And that's where I think the story could be.
I'd like to see Rock cut one of those promos on him because sometimes them promos are so good, man, they'll shut you down.
Oh, yeah. And we've seen both of them go back and forth in promos in the past. And I've seen The Rock leave John speechless, and I've seen John do the same thing with The Rock. They're really good. That's the reason I like that idea, because I can see the buildup for that. And a lot of that's just trash talk. And if you can do that leading up to it, that kind of gives me the excitement that I'm looking for, because I want to see what I feel is a fight going on.
Sometimes it's real talk.
Oh, that's true too. Now, I'm sure The Rock has not forgotten that John Cena was giving him crap all those years ago.
I can't wait till, like I said, we don't know yet, but if it happens, I can't wait to see Rock get that promo he's got for him.
Yeah, I agree. And when you said that, like I said the other day, when you mentioned that, I just kept thinking, man, that would be great. That would be something I would watch.
Because I'd like The Rock to just shut him down.
Yes. Again, if you want to get into the conversation here, all you have to do is leave a comment and we'll throw it up on the screen, and Teddy will answer anything you ask. You may not like it, but he will answer it. And also the one that he chooses as the best question of the evening will get a free Road Trip After Hours t-shirt. So make sure you get those questions in. Teddy, Carlito, I just noticed recently commented on his final match to maybe be against Dominic Mysterio. Have you heard this?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty cool. He says, quote, it would probably be kind of like it's a hair match, like hair versus something, hair versus mustache against Dominic Mysterio. That may be it. Yeah. And then maybe I get my head shaved and ride off into the sunset. I like that idea. When's the last time we've seen a hair versus hair match? A real hair versus hair match.
And these two guys could pull that off.
Yes, I agree. That's another possible, WrestleMania moment we might get, or somewhere down the line, because I agree. I would like to see that. And Carlito has earned his way to that, don't you think?
Oh, he's a phenomenal worker, man. Outstanding. I had the opportunity to do in my career. I had the opportunity to work with him. What a great guy to work with.
Now, when you worked with him one-on-one on several occasions, correct?
Yes.
Any memories with Carlito you can share?
Well, the last promo we did, I think he was trying to get me fired, and then the McMahon come out and reinstated me and straightened all that out, and he got ready to take the apple, to take a bite of the apple, and he threw it up, and I caught it, and I bit the apple.
Now, so that was like, I mean, you had to be ready to catch that apple too.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, if you missed the apple, you were alive, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you would miss that apple, you've been chasing an apple on TV.
Well, I'd have been chased out when I got in the back.
Yeah, I bet you would have.
Vince would have been cutting a promo on me.
Let's see. Central Travel Sports. Hi, guys. Still remember driving down 64 West from Richmond, Virginia, and Teddy Long flew by in a Lincoln Town Car. We caught up, and he rolled down his window and screamed, "What's up, player?" Awesome memory. Teddy, do you remember that?
No. I probably was heavy intoxicated at that time. I don't remember
that. You're honest, right? Dave Crone, do you still stay in touch with the Mulkeys?
I did see the Mulkeys. It's been a while. I mean, maybe 3 or 4 years. I went to Winston-Salem for the WrestleCade up there that they have every year. And I had a chance to see the Mulkeys there, man. They still, they both of them are still funny, great guys, man. I enjoyed seeing them because I had a chance to referee some of their matches and to really work with them back in the day. So it was good to see the Mulkeys.
And let's see what else we have here. Jim Hoffer. Hey, brother, how you doing? With the rumors of Demolition possibly going into the Hall of Fame this year, do you have any stories with them? And how do you feel about them being called a ripoff of LOD?
Well, I don't have any experience with, well, both of them I had a chance to work with. I worked with Bill Eadie more than I worked with anybody. When I started refereeing, Bill Eadie was a mass superstar back in the NWA days. So working with him was great. He was what a phenomenal worker in the ring. So that's what I remember about Bill. And the other guy, when I refereed a lot of his matches too. So I don't think they're not no ripoff of LOD. They've been in I've seen them. That style is totally different from the LOD. I mean, you got a right to have your opinion, but I don't see that.
It's funny because I do, and I think that's only because I saw the Road Warriors first. That was my first exposure to anything like that. And so I grew up watching that. And when I saw the LOD come in, I did feel like they were trying to steal maybe a little bit from the Road Warriors. They may not have been exactly like them, but there was obviously an intent.
Well, here's why I think the people got that mixed up is when I think they should have never put the paint on. If they had never put the paint on, I think that maybe not ever happened. But people start linking it when the Demolition put the paint on. So that's where I think that comes from.
Patrick Solon's popping in saying, "Hello, players." Hey, Patrick.
I know Patrick. How are you, Patrick? Hadn't heard from you in a long time. Another nice guy, Mac.
Patrick, now where's Patrick? Where's he? Patrick, where are you from, by the way? If you're still with us, where are you from? I know that I've seen this name several times, and
he's from down here in Georgia. You probably met him on some of the independent shows.
Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes why I understand his name's kind of rocking around in my head a little bit here.
Yeah.
So, look here. I saw where Matt Hardy had commented on a recent edition of The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, and he said he was talking about the craziest fan interaction and how it came, and it came through the U.S. mail. Teddy, get this. He says, quote, "We had a P.O. box, and there was this young lady who sent me a vial of her blood. In the note, she said, quote, 'We've met, and I know you, and I know you don't know me well, but we are connected. We are linked. I need you to take this blood, put it into a syringe,
and inject it,
and put it into your own blood vessels. If you put my blood into your blood vessels, then give me a vial of your blood. This is my return address, and it will always be linked. We can always feel one another," end quote.
And so there's still vampires around.
Man, have you ever had something that freaky with the fan before?
That's a vampire.
You ain't kidding. You want vials of blood? Something's bad wrong with you. I'll tell you.
If somebody send me a vial of blood, I'm gonna take their address and name. I'm gonna give it to the police.
I remember my first time of having a fan in radio, and the guy that I was living with leaves the door open all the time. I worked overnight, so I was working midnight to 6, and then I'd get in, get some sleep in and wake up around lunch. Well, my roommate decided that he'd leave the door open and let the pizza girl, who's had a hot for me for a while, just walk into the room. I woke up and this freaky chick was in my room, butt naked, Teddy, butt naked, trying to move into the bed with me because she was that freaking nuts. There are people out there like that really think there's a connection just because they see you on TV or because they hear you on the radio.
Oh, I've had that problem. Yeah, I've had those stalkers. Okay, I know about all that. But see, you get away from them, they're trouble.
Yes.
Patrick just told you where he's from.
North Atlanta. Let's see. We also got Jim back in here. Can't wait to catch up with you guys at SICW FanFest 3. That we are looking forward to that. That is coming up May 16th and 17th. If you want tickets and to find out who all is going to be there, because Teddy and I will both be there. Bill Apter will be there. There's a whole list of names that will be there. This event is really good. Teddy and I have been every year for the last several years since they started. And I can tell you, this is one of the better ones that we go to.
And this year, it's really going to be special for me because they've already contacted me and told me that they're going to be giving me the Lifetime Achievement Award. So
yes,
that's something that a lot of people don't get. And to get that, that's really special. And I'd like to thank Herb Simmons and his staff and also you, Mac. You made all this possible too. So we'll see you there at SICW. You
want tickets for that? Go to SICW.org. That's where you get all the information.
Let me mention Nick Ridnour. He'll beat me up if I don't mention Nick's name.
Who's that?
Nick Ridnour had a lot to do with it too. Thank you, Nick. Mac's trying to act like he don't know you.
I don't. Nick who?
Don't make him any more T-shirts, Nick.
As a matter of fact, the ones we're giving away. Let's see what else we got here. We have Tony Hunter popping in. I got one for that. Damn. Damn.
Good to hear from Tony Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know Tony Hunter, man, very good friend of mine. One of the greatest all-time wrestling promoters. I mean, just absolutely a fantastic guy. I've had the opportunity to work with Tony out here on the independent scene in different arenas and different stuff. He always been professional, take care of you, man. I mean, he's a promoter that every guy in this business want to work for.
And it's funny, we were just talking about Herb Simmons, and Herb and Tony really are two promoters. And in the wrestling business, it's very difficult to find promoters that you can trust. There's been a lot of hoopla online about that recently.
I've been out here and I had the opportunity to experience a couple of them. And I say a couple because it don't take but maybe one time to fool me. So I've had a chance to be with that part too. So, but like I said, with Tony Hunter, you ain't got to worry about that.
No.
Your hotel, everything that needs to be done is done. And like I said, I love Herb Simmons to death. Don't get me wrong, but Tony Hunter, he can't match up to Tony. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Tony is one of the top. We need to get him a crown, like king of the promoters or something like that. We need to get Tony a crown. We really do.
Next time we see him, we'll probably see him in Jacksonville, I would imagine. If we do, we'll find a crown for him and we'll get him on Road Trip After Hours and present him with a crown.
Yes, let's get him something. Yeah. Hey, Tony Hunter, thank you so much, man, for checking in, man. Love you, player.
Let's see. We also have in here Stephen Bruce. That's I believe that's Buddy Lee Parker's boy, isn't it? Stephen Bruce, I think so. Anyhow, he's saying hello, and as a matter of fact, yes, it is. I am Sarge Buddy Lee Parker's son. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Stephen? I know you big man now. It's been a long time since I've seen you, man. Well, thank you for checking in, man.
All right, what else we got in here? We have Patrick. Someone's popping in. Stephen, tell your dad hello. I've been MIA due to major surgery. Oh, Patrick, I hope everything's okay. I'm finally getting back in the fold. I hope to see you soon, Stephen. And let's see. Also, Stephen came right back and said, replying to someone's, I will. So, Teddy, what else we got here before we run out of time? Because we're going to run out in just a moment. If you got questions, get them in before we run out of time. It's only a 30-minute program, so you get those in as soon as you can. Let me ask you, Teddy, there were a couple questions last week that I saved over, so let me mention these while I got a chance. Samuel, that was in Texas, was asking, Teddy, what was your go-to move when you were trying to catch the eye of a woman?
I didn't have a go-to move. I just walked right up to her and just, hey. You want to holler at me?
It's like he didn't waste money on drinks. He didn't waste money on food. It's like either you do or you don't.
No, I didn't. No, none of that. Okay.
All right, let's see. Cheeky and Cherokee also wrote, what was the single worst thing to happen to you in your career? And why does it involve John Laurinaitis?
Well, I don't want to talk too much about that because John Laurinaitis, I think they he's in that mess with WWE and all that. So I don't want to talk too much about it, but I'll just say this, John Laurinaitis hated me for some reason. I have no idea. That's what really gets me. I can understand it if I was a screw up or somebody that messed up, you know what I mean? I can understand, but I done my job. Vince McMahon would have not kept me in my position for 9 years running his company if I had not done my job. So for somebody to be mad at me for doing my job and to screw my pay around and to, keep me from getting stuff, that I supposed to have been getting, that's I can't accept that. And this man, maybe I'm saying this and it's the God heaven truth. This man, I walked up to him and asked him why I didn't have an action figure. And the thing he said to me out of my mouth, that the consumers told him that they would not buy my doll.
And I still have a very hard time believing that to be true at all. Because every time we've talked to people, and we've talked to people who collect, those action figures or whatever they want to call them. But these things are very popular. And when you talk to those collectors, they want a Teddy Long doll. They don't want a Teddy Long doll in 5 different persons packs that you put together.
It's just like I said, I done my job for 9 years. Okay, how you gonna tell me somebody ain't gonna buy? And the person that I went to was Undertaker. I went to because Taker was the locker room captain. Yeah. And because it hurt me, I went to Taker and I said, "Man, do you just know what he just told me?" And Taker didn't have no words. You know what I mean? How can you say that to somebody? So that's all I'm gonna say about John Laurinaitis. Like I said, he hated me. I guess I'll just be straight up with you. I done my job. So the only thing he could have hated me was for the color of my skin.
Well, imagine that. That wouldn't be the first time you dealt with that in your career, but it's still at the same time. I understand if you're doing your job.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, because that would piss me off. And look, I've lost jobs in radio the same way, doing my job, doing the best I can. But somebody just comes in that decides they don't like you and you're gone. It's just that freaking easy. And that sucks.
And he ain't the only guy. You know what I mean?
No.
I done my job and there was still people in his corner that were against me too. He wasn't the only guy.
Hey, look here. I remember your Hall of Fame speech when you were looking down at the crowd at one person in particular to let them know, basically, F you, I got where I got without any help from you.
Right, exactly.
So let's see. We have a little more.
This is what I said to him. I said, for all you naysayers that said I would never go anywhere and I'd never be anything, I told him, I said, God and Vince McMahon proved you wrong, didn't he?
Yep. If you want to go back and figure out who he's talking about, just watch the Hall of Fame speech. I think you'll probably figure it out. Let's see. What else we got here? Irving Mike LaRue. Hey, buddy. Teddy, what got you started on The Undertaker?
Well, I don't understand that question. What got me started on
I guess started working with him, maybe?
If I can answer that, me and Taker go way back. We were in the NWA together. We were in WCW together as Mean Mark Callis. So we go way back, man. And I remember the day that Taker left WCW and went to WWF. So that's how me and Taker's had a relationship. And Taker kind of made it possible for me to meet Vince. Because when we were doing the Undertaker thing, I mean, the thing where Taker kidnapped me and I was in the coffin and all that and told me to buckle up, that was Vince McMahon's idea. He wrote all that. Yeah. And by me being involved in that, I had the chance to go in and talk with nobody but Vince and Taker. And I mean, that's a big step, but I didn't let that go to my head. You understand? A lot of guys, they think I'm in here with the boss. You can't touch me. That's wrong. Okay. Don't let nothing like that go to your head. Accept it. Thank God that you're in that position, but continue to do your job. And that's what I continued to do, was my job. So that's kind of why I'm kind of pissed a little bit, man.
I really don't blame you. I've told you this before, Teddy. You and I have talked privately on road trips or anything else that we've done. And I've said this, and I don't know if I've just blatantly come out and said it the way I'll say it now, but you lost money. Money was taken out of your pocket because you had to play the game. And
I couldn't even ask for a raise.
No, and that was wrong. I guarantee you that you didn't make nearly as much money as you should have and had the opportunities that you should have because you had to play the game.
And that's the only way I kept a job is I had to keep playing the game and take the low money. There was a referee that was making more money than me.
Not right at all. Michael Steele popping in. Teddy is the GOAT GM. Yes, he is. I still believe that. I think Nick Aldis does a pretty good job right now, though. Teddy, what are your thoughts on Nick?
Oh, I love Nick Aldis, man. I talked to him the last time I was there. I love him, man. He's doing an outstanding job. I think they picked the right guy for that. He's mild-mannered, you know what I mean? But when it's time for him to step up and do the deal, he's right there. So I love Nick, man. Good position for him, man. And congratulations to him and much success.
I agree. He feels authentic, and that's difficult to do with the GM sometimes, somebody that you feel has true power. Teddy, you were that way. Everybody knew if Teddy said it, that's what was going to happen. That's just it. Teddy's law was law. And I feel that way with him as well now. I feel like Nick has got a little bit of that kind of, look, I'm coming out, and you're going to listen to what I got to say, or this is going to be an issue. And I like that. So let's see. Jim hopping in, asking another question. What was your favorite thing that you saved during your career as a reminiscence?
I got a pair of my referee pants that I wore when I was back in the day refereeing. I saved them. I got them right now.
I think it's kind of odd, too. I think you've said before, you really don't have much on the walls from your wrestling career and stuff like that. You really don't put that kind of stuff up. Is that true?
I got pictures on the wall. In fact, I'm in my room now. I got pictures of the late, great Eddie Guerrero. He's in here. The late, great Chris Benoit is on this wall. Right there. You can't see it. There's a picture of me on SmackDown. I got some me, you, and Nick Hossman there.
Yep.
Me and Michael Cole. That's kind of right behind me there. So I have a few pictures outside too, man. Boogeyman's on my wall, so I got some stuff. By me moving by myself now, just me and my dog. So I got a poster there from Bill Apter that I got in 1998 or something like that. The Pro Wrestling Illustrated gave me the award.
Wow.
I think if I can,
you can show it to us, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get over here. This is it right here. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
It's the
that's cool.
Achievement Award. Teddy Long, Manager of the Year, as voted by the readers of Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. Bill Apter gave me that.
That's very cool. And to get something like that from Bill Apter at a time, too, because, we've talked about this before, Teddy, but people who are younger really don't understand the value of what those magazines meant to the wrestling business at that time, because that was all we had.
Yeah.
So to get an award at that time from Bill Apter and to be recognized by those magazines meant a lot. And actually, those type of things made men's careers in professional wrestling. The pro wrestling.
And to make a long story short, so if I was doing my job back then, getting awards, what happened?
Imagine that. Teddy, you got to pick somebody to get a shirt tonight. Who you're picking?
Oh, man, I tell you what.
What was your favorite question?
It's been some good questions here. Yeah. I think I'll pick the one where we had to kind of put the guy a little bit and let him know that Demolition was not a big ripoff of LOD. So let's give him a T-shirt.
All right, let me go back and make sure I can see who we have here that did that. I believe that was Jim. Wasn't that Jim? Hang on for a minute.
Listen, my memory's as bad as yours.
I got to get a mouse. I've learned that now for the screen here. Oh, come on.
Both of us need to be on
Yes, purpose. It was Jim Hofferth. Hey, Jim, we'll get that out. It's an XL. It's an XL T-shirt, so should be able to fit that just in there perfectly fine. Just give us your address. If you'll shoot it to me, I'll keep that private. It won't come up on the screen, but I'll keep that private, and then I'll get that in the mail to you. And then, as a matter of fact, we'll see you in St. Louis most likely for SICW FanFest 3. And if that's the case, Teddy and I will even autograph that for you because we like you, Jim.
No, we're here for that autograph. That's gonna be part of the combo.
That's part of his combo. You got to talk to Teddy. It's always business with Teddy. We're out of here. We'll see you again next week. We did have a lot more folks in here. Thank you for sharing, being a part of the show. This is on a special night tonight on Wednesday night. We normally do this Thursday nights at 7 p.m. So tonight's just a special night. Teddy and I both have to be somewhere on Thursday, and we just couldn't pull it off this week. So we'll see you again next Thursday. Teddy, you have fun, my friend. I'll see you next week.
All right, I'm gonna be hollering at everybody tomorrow in Jacksonville, Florida. I'll be there for the big kickoff show for the Riverside Con. Okay.
And if you want to see any of our previous shows, we've got a lot of them in there, including interviews with people like Trish Stratus, John Bradshaw, Layfield, Conan. They're all in there. Even Eric Bischoff's in there. Stop by. Take a look. Road Trip After Hours on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all the other stuff, because Teddy and I have no idea what to do other than to tell you to do that. So,
okay.
We're out of here. I'll see you next week, Teddy.
Holla, holla, holla.